Build an outsource team. Hey, do you need some help? Do you want some people to work for you, but you don't want them in the office with you? Build an outsource team. That's the thing to do. That's what we do. We have people in different countries all around the world, and sometimes you can hire people cheaper in other countries. Maybe $5 an hour or $3 an hour is a good salary in India. So I would suggest, if you need help with anything, if you need an assistant, if you're overwhelmed, if you've got some daily tasks, check out Building an Outsourced Team, and I'm going to show you exactly how to do it in this video. Hey, I'm JR, and I've been selling online since 2009, sold millions of dollars of both digital and physical products, and on this channel I share with you the tips, tricks, and techniques that we use to do it, okay? So that's all free. We do it on this channel just to help you out. If you have any comments or you got questions, please put them below. I'll be happy to help you. I'll be happy to answer them for you. Also, for a limited time, I have a $97 e-commerce course that I'm giving away absolutely free for a limited time, so you need to jump on it. It's in the description below. All you have to do is click and learn. Now, I've built my own brand that's on thousands of websites, including Walmart, Survival Cave Food. You can check it out on the internet later on, and you'll see that there's millions of results for Survival Cave Food. And the way I did that is making some mistakes, okay? I made a lot of mistakes, and then I figured out the things that do work, and I just share that stuff with you on this channel. If you haven't subscribed yet, make sure you do so. Hit the big subscribe button below there. Don't forget, bell. Turn on bell notifications. They're super important, and you have to turn on all notifications. If you turn on all notifications, you become part of the Fisher family, the VIP club, and I can notify you as soon as I do a new video, and you don't miss a single thing. Okay, we've got all that out of the way. Now, let's figure out how to build this outsourced team and the best way to do it. Now, here's the truth. You can't do it all. No, you can't do it all. Some people say, well, I want to do it all. I want to do all this stuff myself. I want to save money. You won't save money because a lot of the tasks that you're probably doing daily now are menial tasks, okay? Things that just need to get done over and over again, and you could take your talents and maybe find more products, create more marketing, that type of thing, and build your business, and you're going to need these other people, okay? So don't try to do it all yourself. In the beginning, if you don't have the money, I get it, but on down the road, you need to hire more people to help you. Now, there are two reasons why people don't build a team. Number one, they don't trust anybody. Okay, this is a silly reason. I've seen people do this over and over again. They think that they're the only one that can do this and nobody else can do this but them, and that's just not the case. Probably whatever you're doing on a daily basis, somebody else could do. And don't worry so much about this. You can never build a business if you always do everything yourself. It's not going to happen. The number two reason is quite simply they don't know how to properly do it. They don't know, where to find people. They don't know how to train them. They don't know how to manage them. So that's the number two reason. Now, I'm going to go through all of that in this video so you'll know at the end. So number one, yes, you can trust other people. And number two, yes, you can manage, train, and hire them if you know how to do it. Now, number one you got to realize is that your outsourced employees don't really differ much from your in-house employees. There's not much difference. You need to do the same things with them. You need to do the same type of training. You need to manage them on a daily basis. You have to have tasks that they have to get completed on certain times. So you're going to have to manage them. And I think that's why a lot of people are scared away from hiring people. They're like, oh my God, I got to manage them now. It's true. You do have to manage them, but you don't have to do those tasks anymore. Those tasks probably take more time than managing somebody to do those tasks. So that's the first thing I would tell you. Number two, give your outsourced workers goals instead of tasks, okay? So, I have different people that work for me and over different periods of times, and the goal may be to, move a website from one spot to another. It may be, to produce some content. It may be to edit some videos. So these are all goals that we need to achieve, and I may say, well, I want to have 2 weeks of videos edited and uploaded to YouTube by this particular date. So you got to give them goals, and a goal is not a goal unless you have a timeline, okay? If you say I want to get 10 videos edited and you don't give a timeline for that, then it's nothing more than a dream, okay? Yeah, I'd love to have that, but since I haven't given you a timeline to do it, you have forever to do that. So you can't do that. So you really have to give your outsourced workers goals instead of just tasks. Number 3, build clear communication. Now, what I've noticed over the years as I've worked with people in different countries, they like to communicate differently. Some people actually like to talk to me on Skype. Some people like to message me on Skype. Some people like to do text. You know, it's all different. Some people like to be on screen. Some people never want to be on screen. So what you need to do is kind of adapt what you're doing to match that particular outsourced employee. I know, I require some emails. I require that you do some meetings with me. Now, I don't do meetings, and this is something else I'll tell you. You don't have to meet with your employees every single day. That shouldn't be done. Now, every single day, I think you need to have some type of results come back. What did you do today? What did you get completed? Never allow them to say, I'm working on this. Working doesn't mean anything. It's only what you got completed, because you could work on a task for the rest of your life and never complete it. So we don't want that. We want to have results every single day, and as needed, have a meeting. And if you have to have a meeting, do it, on Skype. It's free to do it no matter what country they're in. And if you want to be on screen, that's fine. If you want to share your screen, you can do that on Skype, and that way you can have your meeting. Don't make the meetings long. Don't drone on and on and on. Have maybe 2 or 3 points that you want to communicate to that individual in that meeting, and then get off. Don't make them sit on long meetings with you. It's unnecessary and it's wasteful. Number 4, meet face-to-face. Now, the first time I employ somebody, I want to see their face. I want them to see my face. I want us to know that we're actually 2 individual people. And if you meet face-to-face in the beginning, it makes it a whole lot better on down the road. If nobody ever sees you, and there's something about actually seeing somebody's face, if nobody ever sees you, they don't feel as connected to you. So I suggest that you always meet face-to-face in the beginning. Number 5, create clear standards. You have to require certain things, but they have to know what you require. Because up front, if I require somebody to, write 3 pages of content a day and they can only produce a half a page, it's better that I tell them now and they say, well, I can't do that, than for me to hire them and then say, oh, by the way, I want you to do this, and they go, well, I can't do that. So it's really important up front when you hire somebody that you really clearly communicate what your standards are. What do you require? And do this before you hire them, because if you do it after you hire them, then it may not work out. So you want to set up all these standards in the beginning, way before they actually start on the actual job, and discuss it. Maybe you want 10 pages of content a day and the person says, I can only do 5 pages of content a day, and you're okay with that. So that's what you need to change your standard to. You have to also be real careful when you hire somebody. Whatever your standards are, they can't change a week later, okay? You can change your standards and you can do different things, but you need to talk it through with them. Can you handle this? Can you do this? Do you feel comfortable doing this? Because if you hire somebody to build web pages for you, and then you want them to do, editing, from English to Arabic later on, they're gonna be like, I wasn't hired to do that, and you're gonna lose your employee. Number 6, treat your employees as professionals. They are. They're being paid for it. They are professional. Don't treat them as if they just work for you. They are part of your company. You want people to feel like they're part of your company, they're part of building your company, and you don't ever talk down to them. You don't ever belittle them. You don't ever get onto them. And you'll find that that doesn't work well at all in a lot of countries. I know in the United States, employers for years have done that, where they talk down to their employees and they've screamed and yelled and ranted and threatened to fire them and all that. If you do that online with online employees, they're going to all quit on you. Number 7, recognize their achievements. When somebody does something good and you look at it and you go, wow, that's a great thumbnail they did, or that's some great content they wrote, let them know. Send them a little message in the middle of the day, or call them up, or however you communicate with them, and give them credit for that. A lot of people are very closed-minded about giving out compliments. They don't want to do it, and I'm not quite sure why. Maybe they didn't get them as a child or something, so they feel like they shouldn't have to give them out. But people really appreciate that, and giving a compliment, telling somebody they did something good, goes a long ways. Number 8, provide training. I see this happen over and over again, where people will hire somebody for a company and they'll say, well, this is going to be our SEO person. Okay, that's great, but what did you do to help them learn? The other day I was talking with one of my employees, and we were talking about SEO, and I realized that maybe they didn't know what they needed to do on SEO, so I bought them a course, and I gave them the course, and hey Billy, and they could go through that course and actually learn all these different steps of what they need to do, and that way way they have direction, okay? You can't expect people to do stuff if they haven't done it and you haven't trained them. It doesn't work that way, okay? So it's really important that you provide training. And training is not just for that particular task. Training is for what you expect on a daily basis. You know, walk them through all the steps of what they should be doing on an everyday basis, on how they should be communicating with you. You know, if somebody's not doing something, rarely is it the case that they're just being lazy. Every now and then people are lazy and that happens, but for the most part it's because they don't know what to expect and you don't know what to expect from them, and then there's miscommunication. So it's really important up front to train them and let them know what is expected of them. Now, I like to build training modules in Kartra. Kartra is a software that we use for digital marketing, and you can find a link below, by the way. Well, click that link. You're going to want to watch this video on Kartra. It's really cool. It shows you all the things it can do. And matter of fact, if you use my link, it is an affiliate link, then you can get Kartra for a $1 trial, so check that out. But what we like to do is build training in Kartra because there's a membership portal there, and when that person logs in, I can see how far they've gone into watching those videos. So if somebody says, yeah, I watched all the videos, and I log in there and none of them have been watched, I know they didn't do it. So it's really important that you do that so you can see, and you can also see how far along they are and where they left off in Kartra. You can also do this in Udemy. Udemy is a great website, and you can go to Udemy and buy a course on pretty much anything you want for 11, 12 bucks, and it shows how far somebody went into a course. So if you do that in Udemy, you can also track it that way. Number 9, respect their time. Now, if you're hiring people in other countries, they're probably going to be in different time zones. Now, I like to work 9 a.m., 6 p.m., Monday through Friday. However, I have to realize that, that may not be a good time zone for some people. I have a programmer in India that works for us and works on our website, and his hours are, all night long compared to me. So what I have to do is I have to adjust, and maybe 8 or 9 o'clock at night, I have to communicate with that individual because that's their time zone. I can't expect them to stay up all night long so that they can talk to me. So I have to adjust a little bit, and I can't always work the exact hours I want to work. So you got to respect their time zones too. And I know, like, when I hire people in, let's say Europe or something along those lines, or Ireland, since the time zone is different, I don't require them to work on my time zone because I'm not having them do customer support or anything like that. So why would you require them to work on your time zone? It makes no sense to me. Let them work when they're comfortable, and they're going to appreciate the job more and probably get a lot more done. Number 10 is pay them well. This is so very important, guys. I know a lot of you want to hire people in different countries because it's cheaper, and it is cheaper. However, don't be on the low end of that scale. Be on the higher end of that scale. If you're trying to constantly make sure that you don't pay anybody any money, that's the kind of employee you're going to get, okay? If you're giving them a decent salary and increasing it, don't leave it there forever. You wouldn't want your salary left at the same point forever, okay? If you're increasing it and giving them goals to earn more money, then they're going to like working for you. They're going to appreciate it a whole lot more. So make sure you pay on the higher end of the scale. You don't have to be the highest person out there, but I think you should pay them decent. You're already saving money by hiring somebody in another country, so why not just pay them a little bit more money and have them happy and doing a great job for you? Now, managing your business, it's a hassle. I mean, it's a challenge. It's stuff you got to do. And managing outsourced employees, that's even more work for you to do. However, if you do this, you'll be able to grow your business. Now, I wanted to give you some of the sites you could hire some of these people at. Got them here on the screen here. I've got onlinejobs.ph. Onlinejobs.ph is great for Filipino workers. They're great people. They're great in social media, editing, that type of thing, video editing, photo editing, programming and all that. I wouldn't use them for that. They do primarily want full-time jobs, so if you don't have a full-time job, that wouldn't be the place that you'd want to go to. So you can hire people there part-time, but they're there for full-time jobs. So if you hire them part-time and a full-time job comes along, they're going to quit. So make sure you're hiring them for full-time jobs there. Another one is Fiverr. If you just have simple little jobs, you don't have enough work for them to do all week long, but every now and then you have a job, Fiverr's a great place to go to. Freelancer.com is another place if you have just spotty different jobs that you want people to do. FlexJobs, Guru.com, any of these places are great to hire employees. Now, have you hired any people? Have you managed any people? Do you have questions about hiring people and building your team? If so, put it in the comments below. I would love to hear what your questions are. If you've had some successes, how you did it, I'd love to hear that. Put that in the comments below. If you have any questions about selling online, put it in the comments below. I want to hear your comments. Don't forget, give me a thumbs up on this video. And I've got that $97 e-commerce course that temporarily is going to be free, so go down there and check that out. All you do is click and learn. No credit card required whatsoever. If you haven't subscribed, what are you waiting for? Go ahead and subscribe right now. Hit that big button there, and next to it there's a bell. Sounds just like that when you hit it. I swear, just try it, you'll see what I mean. And then once you hit it, there's going to be a little screen that's going to pop up, and you want to click on get all notifications. That way you're part of the Fisher family. That way you're part of the VIP group that gets notified. I personally notify you when I do a new video, and that way you don't miss a single thing. Thanks so much for listening to this video, and I'll see you in the next one. Hey, thanks for watching my video. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel and click that little bell right there so you can be notified every time I do a new video. Also, click on one of those videos there. Keep watching on my channel.